Hi. You, like me about 8 years ago, probably have little to no idea what grad school is actually like. So I and a few others put together a list of some misconceptions that we should clarify about what grad school involves so that you can more accurately assess whether it's a good fit for you. This video is targeted at people going for a PhD in computer science in the US. If you're not one of those three, then this will have some useful information for you, but some details may differ. So I want to begin with the first big thing, which is what made the difference for me in particular. 1. They pay you to get a PhD in computer science. You don't gain any more debt while going for grad school. In fact, you can use grad school to pay off your debts, and your student loans generally won't accrue during grad school. You still count as a student. So you can typically afford to go to grad school. I should clarify that we won't pay you much for grad school. You'll still get way more in industry than you do in grad school. But you at least make enough to live comfortably with a little bit of luxury, but not too much. I did it for 6 years and I really liked it, and I came away with very good financial understanding so that now I have all my money basically in savings. Grad school is open to anyone. That is, you don't have to have done any undergraduate research. You don't have to come from a big name school. I came from a not too well known industry oriented school called Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. It was a great school, but didn't really gear me for research. It was targeted for getting me a job. I came out as a great programmer, but knowing nothing about what academia was really like. I hadn't done any undergraduate research, let alone even seen what a paper is. Grad school was a bit of a shock for me, but one I ended up enjoying. Now, other things to clarify is you don't need a master's. In fact, often you can get a master's on the way to getting your PhD. And so if you're debating between a master's or a PhD, I recommend just applying for a PhD, getting your master's on the way, and that way you get paid while you're there rather than having to pay money while you're there. And worst case, if you don't qualify for a PhD or the school doesn't believe you qualify for a PhD, typically they will still consider you for a master's, so you don't get punished for reaching too high. Now, the other thing we want to clarify is that you can come from from industry rather than from school if you'd like. So if you've been in industry for a few years, grad school is still completely open for you. In fact, some great students here are from industry first for a number of years. Grad school isn't just for people who want to become professors. It's really for people who just want to do research. In fact, I recommend you not going grad school just because you want to become a professor. It's a very stressful thing to aim for, and it's really more about wanting to do research and figuring out if you like doing that. Most of my friends actually went off to industry after graduating, so they went to, say, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, or a number of small companies, or even start off their own company. In fact, that's often a big motivation, is for people to be like, I want to get the background to explore this area and start my own company in that area. And that's great. Us academics don't really care what your reason for grad school is. We just care that you're interested in doing research and you'd like to learn more about it. Your research interests don't actually need to be determined yet. During grad school, you can figure out what your research interests lie in. You don't have to know them now. It helps if you do, because it helps people or faculty figure out which students will be good matches for them and not, but it's not necessary. And in fact, many schools have a way for you to change research interests during your grad school career early on if you choose to do so. My school even actually admits people in general and lets them figure out their research interests while they're in there. So don't worry about having all the answers now. Part of grad school is to figure out where those answers lie. The last point I want to get to is that you can have a life as a grad student. As a grad student, I learned a lot of cool new skills outside of school just for fun. So things I learned were, I learned gymnastics, I learned martial arts, I picked up volleyball, and I picked up ultimate frisbee. So I actually became a lot more athletic as a grad student than I was as an undergrad student. And, still went out to the bars, still hung out with friends, still threw parties. So don't think that if you're going to grad school, you're committing all your time to work. You can have a lot of fun while at grad school. In fact, I encourage people to have fun because it's known that being able to relax makes you a better researcher, which is why lots of your insights come during the shower of all times rather than while you're hammering away on the desk. Be aware that you will have a good time during grad school if you want to have a good time during grad school. So that brings me to the one bit of advice I would like to give to you, which is where to apply to grad school. The answer I have for that is simple. Apply broadly. The reason is that what you're looking for is the best advisor possible for you. Your advisor is the most important thing for you. It's not the school you go to or anything like that. It's actually just basically the advisor that you have. Finding one that fits well with you will make you as successful as possible. And so my bit of advice I give to all the students I talk to are that if they find an advisor that both aligned with their research interests and aligned with their personality and research style, they will have fun working on the things that they're working on, and have fun working with that person. That rare opportunity is a gold mine, and you should go to that place wherever it is and apply to lots of schools so that you increase your chance of finding that gold mine. If that ends up going to my school, I'm very happy for that. If not, I want you to go to the place that you're happiest at. That's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I look forward to possibly running into your applications. Oh, one last thing. If you happen to be interested in programming languages, which is my research area, then there is a PLMW workshop at the POPL conference designed for undergraduates to get exposure to programming languages stuff, and also get to meet a bunch of programming language people and ask questions like, what is grad school like? What are the careers after grad school like? So if you're interested in programming language, I encourage you to apply to PLMW, and maybe I'll see you at POPL. Thank you for watching, and hope you found the career that you're interested in.